What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Today, we're going to be playing more Lyath. We are continuing our series of Road to Worlds. This is going to be the I guess this is a second stream of Road to Worlds where I am working on the Lyath deck and seeing what we can put together. I've had a few people talk about when we're going to play LL as we're getting ready for like Worlds and ProQuest season. I will be playing LL this week. For anybody who does not know, all YouTube members and Twitch subscribers get to like vote in the Discord on what I play on a weekly basis. And so I'm going to be letting Discord vote on, you know, like what formats we play on specific days and stuff like that. So there will be some LL games this week as we look to prepare for ProQuest and Worlds coming up. But we're going to be working on Lyath today. I have made a few changes to the deck. Let's say hi to everybody and we will talk about them. Mekado, Slip, Jay, Bill, Rose, hey, Silas, Mateus, Lucas, what is up, guys? Evan, how is everybody, guys? Thanks for being here. Dude, look at you. So, Silas, you'll get a kick out of this. I woke up yesterday, I think I woke up yesterday about 7:15 to shower so that we could record breakpoints because our guest on breakpoints this week is from the UK. And so I got up at like 7:15 to record yesterday at 8, and then I was like, I got stuff I gotta do this afternoon. I was like, I'm just gonna wake up and stream early. Plus, like, I feel like me streaming at 8 a.m. might be more beneficial for other people around the world because I know that my normal streaming time is like kind of not great for some people. So I'm glad that this is working out for everybody to be here. Hey, Voldemort, yo, what an awesome name! I love that. Hey, Toast. Andrew, both the Andrews, how are you? Hi from Australia. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, no, we're live right now. Lewis checking in from the UK. You guys, I appreciate y'all being here. I have to admit, 8 a.m. is very early for me. That's not a timed stream that happens very often, but I'm glad that I'm able to get in some times that work out better for people around the world. That's not just on the the eastern side of the United States. So. Hey, Senpai checking in from Germany. Let's go. What time it is in Germany right now? I don't know what time zone Germany falls into. Hey, Taizo, what's up, buddy? Really happy you can see you at a good time. Now I live in Portugal. Hey, Damien, what's up, buddy? Live at a reasonable time for someone from Belgium. Gotta love it. It's 2 p.m. Oh, 14? 14. I guess 14 would be 2 p.m., right? Yeah, because it's right after 12. Yeah, sorry. Military time doesn't really click in my brain, but yeah, I get what you're saying. All right. Well, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people who normally watch me on, like, through the weeknights that are asleep, so it's cool that everybody else gets to, like, hang out from around the world. So I love that. That's really cool. Enrique, what's up, buddy? Good luck in your games today. Bill, I appreciate it. I saw that you were going to crash out. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. I hope you sleep well. Checking in from France? Let's go. Yo, Mekado, you don't need to be sorry. I was just talking about how, like, you don't need to apologize in any capacity, I promise you. Okay, so the last time we played this deck was Wednesday. When I left the deck, we had 18 blues in the list, and I was talking about how we needed, like, probably one more. Well, I have changed that a little bit. We're now playing 3 more blues. So the blue that I have added to the deck is Full of Bravado. I actually got this idea from Damien at the Card Guys. We were talking about his show match deck that he was going to be playing, and he really liked Full of Bravado because it gives this confidence token when you attack or block with it. We are adding an attack action to our deck to add some consistency, and then also, if we have an edge of their seats or leave them hanging in play, when we block with this card, we get to make a suspense token. We get to make a confidence token. Being able to generate extra confidence tokens is very, very powerful, and I really like the way that feels. So I I'm testing this card at Damien's Insight. He pushed me to try this card, and in some of my games that I tested last night off camera, it felt pretty good. Being able to just make confidence defensively or offensively is honestly not bad. There was a turn where this was the only attack in my hand, and I had to throw it as a 2-card 3, like with other buffs and things like that. But it felt kind of like weird to have to pitch for attacks. So with that in mind, if we're going to be on Full of Bravado, I'm concerned that maybe we need to be on a 0-cost blue attack as well. So right now we have Overturn the Results, Full of Bravado, and Power Play in the deck, all at blue. Those are all 3-cost attacks. Even though those cards are all great and they work out very well for what we're trying to accomplish, I think there needs to be some maybe a little bit of a reworking, a retooling, so that we can have like Goon Beatdown or Goon Tactics or like a 0-cost 3-block blue in the deck that works. I'm currently thinking of cutting Power Play, but I hate to cut Power Play because this card's insane. So, I don't know. We'll see how it feels today. I'm going to play the deck today to see how it feels and what's going on so that we can, like, move through things today. Hey, Aaron, what's up? Why am I up so early? Because I've got things I got to accomplish this afternoon. I got a lot of stuff going on this afternoon, so figured we'd stream early and just hang out with everybody because I wanted to stream today. Hey, D, what's going on? Kasuverse. I am up early. It's Urzi, and I changed my name. Okay, cool. Urzi, and what's up? How are you? The other thing that we've done is in my main deck 60. Like you'll notice we have like we're playing main 60 here. I have added Sadistic Scowl to the sideboard. I played 5 games against Gravy Bones last night where I tried to race Annabelle playing these games. Now, just for frame of reference, I went 1-4 into Gravy Bones. I was in a spot multiple times where having Sadistic Scowl, Leave Them Hanging, and like Edge of Their Seats in their deck, we have 3-cost buffs in our deck. And having those in my hand, if I would have 2, it was very awkward. It was very it just didn't flow very well. And there would be multiple times where I would have like a Sadistic Scowl, and I would have like what's the other card called? The Revolting Gesture. And then I would not have Tunic up. So I would be in this spot where I couldn't really play out my whole hand, but my hand doesn't block efficiently either, so I'm not really able to do a lot with it. So what I've decided to do is we're going to be on Leave Them Hanging and Edge of Their Seats. And then our other buffs are going to be Prime the Crowd and Villainous Pose and the Revolting Gesture. Now the reasoning behind this is that if we draw a Leave Them Hanging and we draw a Prime the Crowd, like if we draw both of those in the same hand, we can pitch a blue to Leave Them Hanging, we can pitch a yellow to Prime the Crowd, and then we probably still have an attack left over. If we had 2 3-costs in our hand and we had 1 blue, the whole hand is clunky, it's inefficient, and it doesn't work. So I have added Sadistic Scowl to the sideboard. I've cut Midas Touch, and we're playing Bully Tactics plus Sadistic Scowl in the sideboard is like this anti-fatigue setup combo in the sideboard is kind of like what I'm working on right now. To go deeper into my Gravy games from yesterday, I went 1-4 into Gravy Bones yesterday, playing against Annabelle, who's trying to learn the deck. And as we were going through our games, I played 1 game with all 3 copies of Midas Touch just to see how good they were. It was so bad. It felt so bad. That was the game that I lost by the most. That was the game that I lost significantly the most by. So I think I'm going to be off of Midas Touch in the sideboard for now, and we're going to try this sideboard. We have our aggro plan of Fiddler's Green and Oasis Respites, and we have our fatigue plan of Sadistic Scowls and Bully Tactics, and then other mid-range decks we're just going to try and race with our 60. So this is what we're going to try. You guys are now caught up on where my thought process is, what's going on, and what we're testing today. All right, so let's copy the link and let's jump in and let's play some games. Also, somebody made the comment to me about playing Mocking Blow in the deck, and I noticed that one of the Blue Pitch guys was playing Mocking Blow in their show match against the card guys the other night. I'm not sold on this card. You could talk me into playing Mocking Blow at blue, You could talk me into playing Mocking Blow at blue. That would be okay, I think. Hey, Erzian, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Thank you. I mean, I think we want to go first and try to set up. I don't want to say that we're just going to try and fatigue them because that's not the goal from the beginning of the game. I wonder what this matchup feels like if we just go like straight aggro 60. Like, we're not going to play the Fiddler's Greens. We're not going to play Oasis Respites, which I do think are very good in this matchup. I want to test this theory and see how it feels with just the 60. I want to see how it feels with the aggro 60 in this matchup, and then we'll kind of like move from there and see what happens. We're playing against Verdance, and we are going first. So make a might. If we Arsenal, cut a long story short, we're going to make a might, and then this is going to be 4, 7, 11. We need to draw 1 pump off the top of the deck. So we're going to Arsenal, cut a long story short, and we're going to see what happens. I mean, we could have, like, I guess, buffed and tried to get aggressive here. I don't want to give them any... I don't want to give them anything to play in their arsenal if we can help it. We do not have an Aura of Suspense, so Full of Bravado is not going to do anything here. How often do you activate Craterhoof? So, I mean, I try to activate it once a game, is like the objective. I'm trying to activate it once a game, is like where I would like to be at. What do you guys think about pitching Short Shrift to this? And then we'll go Villainous Pose, Nimblism, pitching the blue, and then we'll play Escalate Violence to set up a little bit more. I think that could be better. There's not really any disruption that we're offering, but I do think it could be pretty good. And if they attack, we have Skullcap to try and attack with. I mean, we could just, like... I know that fatiguing them more than likely works. That's just not really where I want to be. Like, I don't want to try and fatigue them. I would like to just try and play the game and see if we can do anything with it. Really love the Suspense Aura cards for all Guardians. Yeah. Lyath can do 20 to 30 damage turns. Yeah, I agree. I think Lyath can do some pretty powerful things. All right, so it's Nimblism, Villainous Pose. So we're currently giving +8. So this is going to come in for 10. And we're going to have 4 Might tokens for next turn. Having the 4 Might tokens means that if we draw a couple of pumps, we should be in a very, very good spot for Tower. I would like to be able to get this card to 14 because the Stonewall Gauntlet has the ability to just like automatically reduce it anytime it happens. All right, I thought it was us. Figured I'd refresh. All right, so we attack for 10. We set up more Mites for next turn. Just trying to get aggressive here. Yeah, like, I think you can fatigue Arcane Heroes, but I think that's about it. I think that's about it, Jay. I don't know that you can fatigue many other things, because every 4th turn, you're down a card. We have no way to get the +5 here. I mean, they're going to attack us for 8 and get 3 cards. We can block with Revolting Gesture. I mean, if we don't attack with something, we're just losing the value that we have set up off of these 4 Might tokens. So I want to put this into play, which means it's required these 2 cards. I mean, we might just be throwing cut a long story short for like less value than we'd like to. Activate Lyath, and then on our turn we're going to use Tunic to play Revolting Gesture, attack, and then we're going to Arsenal Edge of their seats. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is the better line that we're looking for. We get to basically block this out. Hey, Russian, what's up, buddy? And say this series is fire. I still got to finish the first episode, but I really like this idea. Bonsai, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. This seemed like something that would be really cool, like for you all to just like get to like follow me along on my like in-depth journey of like testing and like me sharing like what I would call all the like trade secrets with you guys as we go through the series. Seems like it would be fun to like, you know, have you all help me put everything together. When do I get to be on the stream? Damien, we just gotta find a time, dog. We just gotta find a time to get you on the stream, brother. Hey, Leaks, what's up, buddy? Lyath was losing in fatigue in the card guys show match versus Verdance. Ooh, really? I did not realize that. I thought Damien ended up fatiguing the Verdance. Tumus. What a fun name. Getting 2 pieces of equipment. Okay, a sink below. That makes more sense. I was like, why would like we're getting bark skin for like not a ton of value here, which is a little surprising to me. All right, and they're just willing to take 3. I mean, that had no effect, so what are we looking to do here? Sand's not great. Sand's very, very awkward. I would like to try and arsenal the power play. I don't think that's really plausible, though. This is what I was talking about. Having 2 of these 3-cost cards is just so bad. All right. So we're pitching to AB. We're going to pitch Prime the Crowd and Minnowism. Oh, we actually can do the whole thing, right? I didn't know. I wasn't even thinking about Skullcap. Ah! Oh my god. We just juiced our opponent. I'm just going to go ahead and put this into play now. We're not going to do anything on our turn. We're just losing 1 value off of A Might. I would much rather get the edge of their seats in play.
Let's freaking go. You love to see it.
Hey, Mr. Walloyd. What a cool name. Thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Thank you for being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves in the chat. I would love to get to know more about you guys. Verdance is sad now? I hope so, because that was awesome. 8, 11. We do not have a way to get where we want to be. I'm going to let this happen. I would like to try and find a good window to intimidate. Obviously, I missed it. Destroy a card in their arsenal. So I think we're going to try and set up the tower effect here. So we're going to pitch this to put this in play. If we could have taken the Cadaverous Tilling out of their hand, that would have been awesome. I should have when that attacked. That was me being bad. So we can Arsenal cut a long story short. I can block with Skullcap here. I think we're going to Arsenal cut a long story short is going to be the plan. If we had Attention Grabbers, we would block with that, and we would just simply... We would block with Attention Grabbers, and we would let both the Leave Them Hanging and the Edge of the Seats come off here. Yo, that's awesome, Jim. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. That's so cool that you opened it. I really hope someone clipped the Skullcap moment. I mean, the beautiful part is that if you're on YouTube, you can also go back and clip it. So it's going to be Nimblism into Wii Wrecking Ball. And this is going to be for 12. Yeah, we were just one short on the cut a long story short. Okay. I don't know why you would ever block with Mental Block as opposed to just discarding it. I'm assuming I was like a defense reaction here to come in for 8. Bandana Man streaming at an appropriate time, an appropriate Irish time. Cool. Hey, Fighting Spirit, what's up, buddy? I also love to see Skullcap coming back. Why did they not decompose? Are they wanting to wait and decompose now? Like, do they have a Cadaverous Tilling or something? For a Summer's Fall? Ooh. That's kind of fun. Not bad. Not bad. How do we want to play this? I would like to be able to do something with the Terra Sunder, but... If I pitch a Wii Wrecking Ball to Lyath now, I make a Might, play 2 steps ahead for the Terra Sunder. I'm sorry, play Booze, pitch 2 steps ahead for the Terra Sunder, attack with Short Shrift for 5. Requires me to take everything, though. I mean, I guess technically I could... If I don't have to play the Booze on my turn. I can block like this to keep some life up. And then I can pitch the Booze. And this way I get to block 4. I guess it's technically a better play. You bought your Skullcap in 2021. I bought my Skullcap in 2022. I bought mine for $100, which I've been told back then was actually not a bad deal. What I've been told anyway. So Might token pops. We're gonna play Terra Sunder into Short Shrift for 5. They shouldn't be able to cover this up. They would have to have a 3-block and Mental Block. Yeah, I heard it was a really, really good deal. Bought Spoils of War for 180. Ooh. Yours was 200. So if yours was 200 euros, that means that me getting mine for $300 or $100 was a steal. I think she needs help. I'm scared to pick her up. So, Damien, I think there's a world where I actually believe that there's a world where Pleiades is pretty good. We just haven't found the right build of her yet. If I'm being real, I just don't think we found the right build of her yet. My build yesterday felt very clunky, and it felt like we weren't really able to like pull things together. I don't know. Like, I think there's a real chance she could be good, though. I wouldn't write her off. So this hand's pretty good, and it gives us a very good chance to like set up everything. So we get to go Gesture, Cruel Ambition, Minnowism. Escalate Violence comes in for 8, and we're going to have 7 Might tokens in play next turn, which means we basically need any buff. Any one buff will do what we want it to. I am EST, Ludeful. It is currently 8:30 a.m. for me. I really hope that we're able to put something together playing Lyath and CC, because I think this deck has real promise. I think this deck has real promise. Shelter from the Storm makes sense. My daughter found my skull cap by opening a pack and then summarily discarded it into a comments pile because she didn't know what it was. Oh my gosh, Andrew, that is amazing. That is such a cool story, dude. So your daughter put it into a pile, thinking, not knowing what it was, and then you found it later. That's so cool. I think we're gonna save Tunic for like AB if we ever need it, instead of just making a Might. I think we have potential. We have better potential to get more value later. I mean, technically, we just need a yellow to play Prime the Crowd. I'm going to take 5 and see what happens. We have a pretty good turn coming up here. Hey, Dylan, what's up? You just got off work? Dude, do you work the night shift, bro? That's crazy. Sacrificing for the people. Listen, I love y'all, okay? I love y'all. I never want y'all to feel like you're going without. Are we about to just AB5 this shit again? Are we about to just AB5 this again? Oh, 10:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m. Dylan, the fact that like you put out videos and stuff like at the like capacity you're able to, man, you're a dog, bro. That's crazy. All right, so if I want to test this. Yo, that's so cool. Chris was telling me about this the other day. I didn't know you could click the eye to see everything else. So if we pitch power play and short shrift to AB5, I get to have 7 mites, which means this is 10, 14. And we can Arsenal, Beatered, Battened, and Broken. Battered, Beaten, and Broken. Or should we Arsenal the short shrift? Let's Arsenal the... Or no, I'm sorry. We're going to Arsenal the Edge of their seats. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're going to pitch to Prime the Crowd. This boos us and set up a Might token for next turn. And then this is going to be 14 with the Tower effect. Normally I sit down on my days off, make like 4 or 5 in a 3-hour period. I mean, yeah, dude. Like, honestly, sometimes meal prepping videos is the only way to do it. Like, I get it, man. I work for healthcare system, and I've been in clinic every day for the last 2 weeks, which is not normally my schedule. And, like, I completely understand. I completely understand. The fact that they said no blocks is crazy. Did they just draw, like, 4 defense reactions? Does streaming help you commit to testing, or would you still test this even without streaming? So, Matt, I will tell you, yesterday I streamed. I took a dinner break. Okay, well... Yeah, okay. I was like, if my opponent just lets this happen, I was like, I don't think that we can consider this a real testing game. They should literally just jam every card in front of this. You get to block 3/6/9 or 3/6/8 or whatever it is. And then you get to block with the defense reaction. Oh, they had a life gain. Yeah. I mean, it's blocking 2, gaining 2 is the exact same thing here. It doesn't matter. But yes, so I took a break yesterday for about an hour. I went 30 minutes to an hour. I had some dinner. Carly and I hung out for a few minutes. And then I immediately went into testing for about 4 hours last night. So even though I stream and I do a lot of my testing publicly, I play a lot of games off camera too. So if I didn't stream, I would probably just play that many more games like off camera is probably what I would have to do. I guess we'll just go ahead and run this out, right? We want it to pop off one faster. It is so weird to me that we're being fatigued. But I guess we're not pitching to Arcane Barrier that often. Do I want to attack with this and then pitch these? Because right now, this is going to be coming in for 5. We could make it come in for 8 and potentially destroy a card of theirs. Let's play this. I don't know. I'm not sure what's correct here. I wish this were a yellow so that we could pitch it. But we're still representing it technically. I mean, opponent's probably playing this matchup for like one of the first times as well.
Let's
so
freaking go. You love
we're not gonna like hold them to anything. If they want to undo and stuff, that's fine. I would rather play a good game. Hey, Matt, Vox, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Also, if you're new, it'd really go a long way in helping me out. If you, like, follow, subscribe, all those free buttons really helps me out. I am trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. That would be really cool. I don't know how, plausible that is, but it would be really cool. I would like to... That is, something that I set, a mini goal for myself, was to get to 4,000 subs by the end of the weekend on YouTube. Not, money's, or anything, just, subscribers. I thought that would be cool, but...
Let's freaking go. You love to see it.
Hey, Iconic, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you a whole bunch. So we're going to play Villainous Pose. We're going to boo and set up for next turn. So we currently have +10, +12. Fix the match is going to come in for 2 + 12 is 14. And we're going to put an overturn the results on top of our deck. We could get something a little bit better, I guess. Nah, let's do this. Hey, Iconic, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That means a whole bunch. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Thanks for all the awesome videos you put out on YouTube. Matt, thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you. All right, so we just win both the clashes. It doesn't really matter which one we resolve. We're just winning and setting up mites for next turn, which is awesome. You gonna strike a villainous pose now? I don't really know if I have a villainous pose. I would have to wonder what a villainous pose for me would look like. I'm thinking now. Oh no. All right, I think this is okay. I think we're just going to have to go to 11. So we're going to put Booze on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to play Cruel Ambition, pitch 2 steps ahead to Terrace Under, and then we're going to throw the hammer. Yeah, I think this is going to be the play. Dab on him. That I can do. That I can do for you guys. You guys crack me up. All right, so it's going to be Cruel Ambition to set up for next turn. Tear Asunder, looking to get some disruption going. We have to be careful about how low we fall down. We have +9, so this is going to be for 3 and 9 is 12, 13. Tear Asunder for 13, dominate, on hit, discard 2 cards is not bad. The Mr. Burns excellent pose from The Simpsons. Ooh, that's a good one. Excellent. Yes. I love that when he's like doing that with his hands. If you win on stream at Worlds, you got to dab on your opponent's dog. I don't know about that. What do you reckon will be the next European tournament you will attend? Would love to meet you in person one day. The next European tournament I'll be at. So I'm going to Philly. Carly and I have decided we're not going to Pro Tour Yokohama. I don't know, D. I'm going to be honest. I don't have any on the schedule right now. As Carly and I like continue to like look at next year's schedule, like we'll probably try to find one. We love to travel abroad too much to not go back to Europe next year, I think. But I honestly, I don't know. I don't have one on the calendar just yet. I'm hoping to start getting 2026 planned soon. Our opponent wants to undo again. Was that their last felling? That was their last felling. Okay. They discard Scolding and Warmongers. They decided they don't want to block, so they fall down to 5. Okay, so they're going to go to 6. I don't think they can kill us next turn, no matter how we play this out. I figured they would have thrown the Waning Moon at us. So this is going to be Short Shrift for 7 with Tear Asunder. And if they try to kill us at instant speed, we have Leave Them Hanging and Tunic as pitch cards here. Oh, we're going to Arsenal to Leave Them Hanging, 100%, Dave. If you do it in response to the Boots, They Cry. I hadn't thought about that, but that is very good. I'm actually very excited to play LL. Ooh, the next world premiere will be in Europe? Do we know where it's at in Europe, D? Was so sad I missed Copenhagen calling. Was near Denmark before and after the calling. Oh, Ludiful, that feels so bad. But I get it, though. I mean, traveling to events is expensive, you know? Like, it's not easy to travel to all the events. And there's a lot of people who are able to hit so many events because they do well and they win. And if, like, I've told Carly this, and, like, we've discussed this in the past, that, like, if I was to win a big event or, like, win, like, a calling or anything like that, like, a lot of that money would go towards me traveling, like, for the next year and doing all this stuff and hitting a lot of big callings and stuff like that. This is so cool because they discard their whole hand. They discard to the Short Shrift and they discard to Tear Asunder. This is very good. No, I get it. Visiting family is always important. 100%. This is not a great hand. So I think we're going to attack with Beatered, Batten, and Broken. Battered, Beaten, and Broken. I've got to start getting that right. Okay, it's alphabetical. Battered, Beaten, and Broken. We're going to intimidate a card, and we're going to see how they play this out. And then we can put both the Leave Them hangings in play. Actually, now that they've let a card go, we should do this, right? To see if they respond. They might have a 2-block in hand. I wonder if I was too aggressive with this. Fang quit his job after PT Baltimore? I did not know that. That's actually pretty cool, though. I am going purely off of how world premieres rotate regions. Oh, okay, gotcha. So now they're back to Europe. I mean, if it is, that would be cool. I would like to go back to Europe. So now we put them to 1, and we get to destroy and intimidate a card. We'll pick the one in the middle for funsies, because I like the one in the middle. There's absolutely zero logic behind that. It's just what I wanted to pick. All right, well, I would have much rather... I mean, I guess hitting the blue was fine. We're hanging on. We're like barely hanging on. Yeah, being able to use Lyath the pump right there was very solid. So we now have all 3 tokens in play, which means this comes in for 9. We intimidate a card, and then we're going to arsenal the power play and look to end the game next turn. Hey, John, what's up? You're not wrong. Winning, like, Worlds is like, what, $100,000? I mean, we win Worlds. There's a discussion. I'm not gonna lie, we win Worlds. What, half of that goes to taxes, probably. So you're left with like 50,000, which is like, I'm not complaining. You're still left with $50,000. After that, you. Oh, so a defense reaction is the last card. So $50,000. I mean, we'd probably consider being like full-time streamer next year if we win something like Worlds. It's on the lists of discussion. It's on the discussion that we're having. I don't know how they block all this out. I mean, if we intimidate a card now, they can't kill us, right? We took a card and this is for 18. Silly Americans have to pay taxes on their winning. I know. Makes me sad. It would be very good to invest. You're not right. Just need a good accountant? Listen, my wife's the best accountant I know. Carly does like all the taxes and stuff for our business and whatnot. Like Carly does all of the stuff. When it comes to that. So would we have been in a better spot this game to be on Fiddler's Greens and Oasis Respites? Those scours could have been pretty good. I don't know that being on I don't know that being on Fiddler's Greens is correct. I know that Damien was the other night, but I don't know that how much I like it. It's possible that being on Oasis Respites is correct. Like, maybe we're supposed to cut... Maybe we're supposed to cut something like a... What would we cut for Oasis Respite if we brought it in? Leave them hanging is too good in this matchup. Being able to intimidate is just too powerful. Maybe we cut one of the 2-for-4s. We don't want to cut any of our attacks. I don't know. Pleiades isn't here, thank God. Listen. Yesterday was a lot of fun. I think everybody had a really good time yesterday. When I was dressed up as Pleiades. I thought that was pretty fun yesterday. We did get the win. Ran normal 60. Blocked arcane and defense when it made sense. Look to use disruption to gain tempo. Op only attacked with 1 felling all game. AB5 on Burn Bear was very good. All right. Good start. Let's keep the good times rolling. Listen, if there was a way to, like, if we were going to cosplay Lyath, I would have to get a lion to stand on. Do we want to race and go second? Let's try racing and going second. I think this is another matchup where we're going to try our natural 60, and we're going to see how it feels. I don't know if that's correct or not, but we're going to try it. Cutting Cruel Ambition because they have Scour. My concern there is that I don't want to cut 0 cost, but I do get what you're saying. Hey, Dallas, how are you? Hey, Edison, what's up, buddy? Lyath feels really good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel like we're breaking the meta wide open or anything, but it does feel like a solid deck. Yo, you about to hit us with some overpoweries? Played Pleiades at pre-release yesterday. She's actually fun. Felt bad for my opponent. First time player. Turn 2 hit for 14. That's so funny, Andrew. Lyath cosplay. You get one of them toys of a horse head on a stick, but change it for a lion. I mean, I think we're there, Dave. I don't hate it. Why Arcanite? So we're on Skullcap because it's the only headpiece that naturally blocks 3 throughout the game. Okay, so we don't want to give them what they're looking for, so we're going to block like this. We're just going to overpitch to get rid of everything. I wanted to keep the Terrace under, but I think this is a better line. It's unfortunate we have to take the Pox token and we take 7, but I mean, this hand's pretty good. Unfortunately, they don't have an Arsenal. Do I want to Arsenal this? Like, we're already coming in for a decent amount of damage here. I think I just want to Arsenal the Nimblism and set up. Yo, Davey's your brother? If Dave's your brother, we met in London, right? Gonna manifest the Fable? I hope you open the Fable. I need the Fable. I have not opened it yet. I have all the Fables in my collection. I guess we're gonna see how they play this out.
Go. You love to see it.
King Kova 101, thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Thanks for being here and hanging out. Excuse me. Sorry, hang on one second, guys. God, excuse me. So we don't have a way to set up the 3 aura tokens. Do we want to try and arsenal this? So if we take 14, they're going to make 3 gold. We have +9 to our next attack. +12 +9, 12. We have +16 to our next attack. But I get to arsenal whatever they don't take. If I don't block, we take 14, and I get to arsenal whatever they don't take. Because they're going to take one of our 3 attack actions here. If they take We Wrecking Ball, we throw this, and then we arsenal the other one. If they take one of these, we throw it, and then we arsenal the We Wrecking Ball and set up for a Crater Hoof turn. I think this is fine. I think this is just a race. And right now, we're not being disrupted in a bad enough way to where we need to block. Well, dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a whole bunch. I was like, I remember we met on Sunday, if I remember correctly. Like, if I remember correctly, we met on Sunday, and your partner was with you, if I remember correctly. Mystic. I have a Lyath I've been working on. Have you considered Trot Along? I like the idea of Trot Along. I just don't know what we're using Go again for, I guess, is like one of like my big questions. Again, I don't mean that in a bad way. I like Trot Along, and I like that Ponkage was on it. Man, I really wish we could get the value out of this. I don't have a card in Arsenal, though. So let's do the math here. This would be 3. So all of this is over here regardless. So this is 4. I'm sorry, this is 5, 9, 12, 16. So it would be 19, or it would be 17. So we might as well just... Let's throw this. Let's try to set up the Intimidate. Should have blocked with Skull Cap last turn. That was a mistake. Hopefully we draw an Intimidate card here. It's good we did Arsenal that. Okay. This hand's really good if they don't have Disruption. I guess Trot Along does make 2 steps. Okay, so I think in the idea for what Jay's talking about and what Jay's talking about, what Zach just mentioned, if we are looking to play Trot Along as a way to get like an aura in afterwards, I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they take. Yeah, I should have blocked with Skull Cap earlier. That was just wrong. I'm imagining they're going to take the Villainous Pose. Hopefully they take one of the Minnoisms. We get booed, set up a Might token. Coming in for 8 is not that great. And honestly, if their hand's that good, we might just be dead here. Okay. So we do have, I guess we do have the third aura token. Well, they were left was a 0 for 3 and a 3 of a kind. Sage. They do have a lot of gold, so they can just start drawing. So we get to block with booze. I mean, I guess it just depends on if they're able to overpower the thing, right? If we were at 4 right now, we wouldn't be able to block with the skull cap for 2. Because if we had blocked with it for 2 already, I mean, I don't know. If we were at 5, I don't think I'd feel any safer, to be honest. They did not make a Goldfin. They just now made one. They realized they have to have it on their last attack, I think. We're going to block here. We're going to pitch one of the full of bravados. We're going to go to 1. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to put into play. So we just have +3. I mean, this is coming in for 6. They have to give us 1 card here, and then we're probably dead. I think the only out we have is to draw into leave them hanging, and that be like backbreaking for their turn. We drew into the wrong one. I think we might lose this game. I think we might lose this one. If they can overpower, we're cooked, which more than likely they can. It's like they're on like 30 blues or 34 or something like that. So let's see. This is not an action. So are we able to live? This is for what? 13? Yeah. We get to block like this. We pay, and we take 6. Man. I'm trying to think of, like, what could we have done that game? Oh, man. I wonder if turn 1 was also the time to make the attention scrabbers block so you could get the value from it in a race. It's very possible that getting that... I mean, the extra 2 life wouldn't have saved us, but it could have been better. What went wrong that game? So one of the King Shark Harpoon, or I'm sorry, the King Kraken Harpoon on the turn they threw it at us was pretty bad because our attack was in Arsenal. So if they had played a King Shark Harpoon, I don't think they get to take anything. I'll have to go back and watch the VOD. I don't remember. Do you guys remember exactly what was in my hand that turn? All right, let's see. We played against Marlin. I chose to go second. I did lose. We probably were supposed to go first in this matchup, I guess. take away like any ability they have to do anything with, maybe, is the plan. King, Kraken, Harpoon. I'm just going to put King Kraken. King Kraken took a 2 for 5 out of hand. Wasn't backbreaking, but op ended at 3. King Shark put me in a weird place to say no blocks and try to set up. Attention, grabbers, block earlier for value. All right. So we've got some notes in here about what happened, what went wrong. Also, like one of the things that was pretty weird that game was that the fact that the Wii Wrecking Balls, the Arsenal Destruction, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, the Arsenal Destruction, we threw 2 of them, and they didn't have an Arsenal either time. So that was kind of awkward. That did not line up very well. Hey, what's up, Trent? I hadn't overturned the results, so they would have been able to take a blue. Was that the only blue I had? That might have been my only blue, so that might have been backbreaking, actually. All right, I mean, let's try this again. We'll try going first this time and see if we're able to set up. Oasis Respites would be good, and so would Fiddler's Green, but I think I want to see if I can race them going first before we result to bringing in our aggro package. So we're going to play Minnowism for +3. We're going to pitch Fix the Match to activate Lyath. And then we're going to throw Escalate Violence so that we have... We're going to be coming in for 5 right here, but we're going to have +4. We're going to have 4 Might tokens for next turn, which is pretty nice. Taylor out here ruining aggro's morning. Ooh, they're on Conk. They're on a much different list than what our last opponent was just playing and what Taylor runs. So this is like much more mid-rangey, I feel like. Interesting. We have a Short Shrift in Arsenal automatically set up for 7. This hand lines up pretty well. We're able to go Cruel Ambition, Minnowism, Revolting Gesture, activate Lyath, swing Short Shrift, Arsenal, Wii Wrecking Ball. Seems not bad. How I miss Death Dealer. Also got like 0 value from any of our on hits, which is rare. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think we had a choice, unfortunately. Opponent gets back a Heat Seeker. I mean, I hate to give them a 6-card hand, but I think it is what it is. Hey, let's go! Ironside 407 became a member of Big Support. Yo, Ironside, thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube. I really appreciate that. It means a whole bunch. All right, so we take 8, go to 32. Death Dealer Marlin was cool. They're going to Heat Seeker first and then decide if they want to Arsenal that last one. They have Trench, so they probably do. Cruel Ambition sets up for next turn. We're going to play the Wii Wrecking Ball from hand because I want to be able to disrupt their arsenal here. And this is... The Short Shrift is always active because there's always a card they could have to discard. But we're not affected by the Frailty token, and we have the ability to disrupt their arsenal, which is pretty solid. And they have to destroy this one. Or otherwise, if they, or I'm sorry, they have to destroy the, no, they have to destroy the face down one. Because if they destroy the face up one, they lose this one as well, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I mean, I guess you can just have an arsenal. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm, maybe I need to pump the brakes. Maybe I should think before I talk. Okay. Oh, I get to pick. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I didn't know that I got to pick. That's kind of cool. All right, we're not going to make the same mistake we did last time. If they attack us, we will block with Arcanite Skullcap. Would really like to draw a leave them hanging here. I mean, I guess leave them hanging doesn't really do anything with this hand. We have the ability to hit them with a... Cut a long story short. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we don't. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I love how every Marlin on Talishar is somehow Taylor. Dude, always. And I love that. I love that Taylor is always the Marlin we're playing against. Like, it doesn't matter what they're playing. Taylor just automatically gets roped into it. And I love it so much. Like, I'm sure somebody's probably already messaged Taylor. I'm not even sure if he's awake or not. But somebody's probably already messaged Taylor being like, hey, Marlin's playing. Okay, let me think about this for a second. So if I pitch a blue to attack with to put edge of their seats in, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would rather keep the escalate violence in our deck. So we're gonna block like this, and we're gonna block here. And then we're gonna pitch our blue to put edge of their seats in play. We're gonna use attention grabbers to remove a counter. We're going to play Nimbalism, and we're gonna hit them with cut a long story short. So with the trigger on the stack, now we have to give up a lot of our equipment here, which feels bad, but oh, Taylor's actually in the chat. LOL. Every winning Marlin is Taylor. I don't credit for bad Marlins. Okay. Well, Taylor, we lost last game, so are you going to take credit for that one, dog? All right, so we have plus 10 currently. We're just going to do the whole thing here. So this is for 16. Kawa! Prank him, John. I just realized Lyath is the belittle species. Oh, you mean like he's like from like the same like group of people? I'm assuming they have a card that doesn't block in their hand or something. Oh, okay. They're much more mid-rangey. A lot of mid-range going on. A whole lot of shaking going on. Alright. Let's do something cool. We have used Tower to take tempo. Let's do something cool with it. Cool. And cool. I mean, I think this is pretty good. We're going to go prime the crowd. Prime the crowd. Ataxies. 11, activate Lyath. Oh, I have no idea. I don't, I mean, I don't I don't think saying someone's from like the same species is like offensive. I can't imagine it would be. I don't know. Maybe somebody more educated than me knows about that, but I can't imagine that's offensive. Victor's brother. I do love that he's Victor's brother. Like, I'm imagining him as like Victor's evil older brother. Like, that's what I'm imagining. Yeah, so I catch a lot of flack for this, but I've never seen Game of Thrones, and people always tell me that he's like uh Tyrion. Is that how you say their name? Tyrion Lannister. They are literally Lannisters. Yeah, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I get that reaction a lot, Dallas. I get that reaction a lot, Dallas. Could have not blocked with the hook here. It's weird that intimidating might have been better. Tyrion? Huh. Interesting. I have a few friends that tell me Game of Thrones is a great show. My mom actually started watching it here somewhat recently, which I have to admit I was a little surprised by. My mom's not exactly an avid TV watcher, so I was a little surprised that she watches that. She actually started with House of the Dragon, I think. So, can we juice them right here? We get to pitch to put this into play. Do we get to cut a long story short again? 4, 7, 10? Yeah, we do. This feels pretty good. House of the Dragon is a good and bad starting point? Okay. I have no idea. Yeah, leave them hanging during the during this trigger is actually insane. It might have been better to do it before they had the card. So they haven't activated cannon, which means we get to pick, right? So I just get to show them cut a long story short. I mean, I guess we'll show them fix a match. It doesn't really matter. Joey, what's up, buddy? I've never seen Game of Thrones. I don't think Carly's ever seen Game of Thrones either. I don't know. I could be misquoting that. Carly might be sitting in the other room, ready to strangle me because I'm talking out of my butt, which I've been known to do from time to time. Hadouken. Tower! I just like screaming tower. It's pronounced Tyrion. Oh, Carly's watched Game of Thrones. Just kidding. I am talking out of my butt this morning. That's okay. I don't own a deck to play very often. Do you think Lyath is a good first deck? Or do you have any other suggestions? Also nice to catch you live for once. Even if it's 10 minutes before bed. Well, Samuel, I'm glad you could make it to a stream. If you are looking for a deck to get, if you're looking to get into the game to, learn the game, I would tell you to start with an Armory deck. I think Lyath is a cool deck. He's very complex at times, but he is a very fun deck. So, I mean, it's possible that, you do end up really enjoying Lyath, but I would start with an Armory deck. Why? We're trolling me over a show I've never seen? All right. So +4, +6, +10. Yo, we get to do this again? We get to do this again? We're cooking this morning. My opponent's going, it's turn 6, and I've been hit with 3 of these. Ah! Yo. Oh, man. I love this so much. The cool part's we have Terra Sunders later, too, for, better things. I mean, I say better things. You guys know what I mean. We're going to Arsenal Short Shrift. I don't think there's a window to do anything I want to, right? Do we want to like set both of these up at the same time? So here is one of those times when like I'm not 100% sure how we should play this. So we're going to get the Intimidate text off battered, beaten, and broken, right? Because we're going to have both of these in play, and Booze makes a new Might token. I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to put this into play now, and we're going to stagger the +5s, is what I'm thinking we're going to do. We're going to save the Intimidate for next turn so that we have two options. We're going to take 4, go to 22. Oh, I think the battered, beaten, and broken is like, especially the attack here, because of the frailty, like you said, but it's like, it stands out as like the better attack. All right, so we have the buff effect here. Wait. I control a third aura because of this? So we're going to put this into play to intimidate a card from their hand. That was the entire purpose of this play. And then we're going to intimidate them here as well. Now, this is only for 6, but they only have 2 cards in hand. So we're kind of forcing their options here. Hey, Dylan, what's up? We're streaming early for everybody else around the world. Any options on which armory decks are good? My locals have a bunch of different ones in stock. So, Samuel, if you want to learn to like play, like get into like Guardian, you could probably start with the Pleiades armory deck. Ira is a really good armory deck. Like if you were gonna start in like if you were gonna buy 2 armory decks that I feel like kind of like encompass different parts of the game, you could start with the Pleiades armory deck, and you could start with the Ira armory deck. Those would probably be the 2 I would tell you to start with. This Marlin deck is making me anxious. I have to say, Taylor, I felt a lot less pressure from this deck than I like have your deck in the past. Like the deck we played against last round felt like it was closer to your deck and like what it was trying to accomplish. I love Ira. Ira's a lot of fun. Ira's a lot of fun. Are we supposed to block this? We'll have 1. I mean, just playing the Booze makes Beaters, Batten, and Broken pretty good, right? So, I mean, I'm kind of thinking we block 4 here. I'm kind of thinking we block with Rampart. We Wrecking Ball. I think taking a card out of their hand is pretty good. Yeah, happy to help. Happy to help here. Flick was reprinted in Super Slam, but I think Mask of Momentum has been reprinted before. Yeah, I think I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to play a little bit of a mid-range value game here. Now, we're still going to take 2 life here. Sorry, let me move the combat chain back down. We're still going to lose a life and then lose another one from the Searing Shot, which is fine. But we have a pretty good turn. So we have +6. We have +6 from the 2 mites. Or I'm sorry, +7. 2 mites and edge of their seats is +7. And then this is going to get +3 from the Nimblism. So +10 and then +3 from its own effect. So this is coming in for 14, if I counted correctly. We intimidate a card. On hit, we destroy it, and it comes in for 14. And then we still have Short Shrift and Arsenal for hand disruption next turn. Why are we awake so early on a weekend? Rob, because I've got stuff to do this afternoon. And I just, I wanted to stream today. So we're streaming a little bit early today. We are streaming a little bit early today. Rob, what are you doing up so early? Huh? Watch the VOD in the morning? Samuel, thanks for coming by. I hope you have a good night. Mask wasn't in Hunted. It was a reprint in History Pack 1, and it was in... What's the Japanese set it was in? Was it in Japanese Mistveil? I honestly don't remember. Oh, we got a King Shark Harpoon! Battered, beaten, and broken. Taking a King Shark Harpoon out of hand and throwing it in the bin. You love to see it. His hand's a little clunky. I mean, I don't think there's a lot we can do about this. 8 overpower is tough to block. So 2, 4, 7, 8. All right, so they're going to take one of our buffs here. I'm not sure which. I think we have to let them take one and move from there. I think is the play here. Rise and grind. I like that. I like that, don't they? I think the thing LSS should get more flack about for reprints is not reprinting cards they design sets around. Mask, Flick, Crown of Dominion, etc. I mean, they've reprinted Mask of Momentum twice. They just reprinted Flick Knives. They just reprinted all the expensive Earth cards. I mean, I feel like I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's just me, but that kind of feels like an unpopular opinion. Like, I feel like LSS is this Super Slam reprints is showing us that they care about us and reprints and making sure that we feel heard. I feel like so. I don't know that I entirely buy into that one. Is there anything I should have used Tunic for Rampart there? Was letting them take this? Where's the Lyath cosplay? I mean, I think this is a great place to start with reprints. Honestly, Plowunder's a $15 card now, guys. I think this is LSS showing us they care about us. It's just not exactly what everybody wants, but I think you have to be willing to meet them somewhere. So, I mean, I think LSS is doing a pretty good job with their reprint policy. And this is coming from somebody who is, talking about how bad it was. Letting them leave them hanging, I actually think is better than them taking Villainous Pose for us. I think I would rather that happen than them take the Villainous Pose, if I'm being entirely honest. I don't know. I could be wrong. So this is 3, 7, 8. Yep, 12? Okay. Gym Pack 3? Gym Pack 3 has got it going on. Why do they not just block with that? All right, my opponent's trolling. Yeah, they wanted to block. They didn't realize what it was. And that's fine. Let's play the better game. I want to play the better game with you. Unfortunately, not all the expansion slots and reprints can be bangers. Otherwise, they run out of printing 100%. Hey, Xena, what's going on? Everyone has to remember there's an 18-month lead time on printing. That's true. That's also very true. Dave makes a very solid point there. I mean, with 18 months of like lead time for like sets and things like that. Nimblism, booze. I think short shrift is better than setting up for next turn. Like, I'm pretty sure we're just going to pitch the escalate violence, and we're just going to get aggressive here for 13. We'll make a new might for next turn off of Lyath, and we'll arsenal the Wee Wrecking Ball. We're probably going to try and look to close the game out with Crater Hoof here soon. Right, but like, Dave is saying that they're making sets probably like a year to a year and a half ahead of time. Dave is not saying that they're not going, like, them putting Felling of the Crown and Plow Under in Super Slam was a pivot. I do not think that was planned a year ago. I think that was a pivot once they saw the market and how we were treating everything. All right, so 2 Might tokens, Minnowism. We're going to Arsenal Power Play. We might just close the game out here. I don't know if this is enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 would dominate. Should close the game out here. It's been worth noting Full of Bravado has not really, like, seen anything great today. It's not been bad, but it's, like, it's not really had a moment to shine, I feel like. 11 dominate should be enough to close the game out. I was like, I don't think they have anything here that could like line up better for them. All right. All right, so we were able to win that game. Go ahead. It's worth noting that we went first that game as opposed to second. I don't know if there's a correlation there, but it does feel like going first is better with Lyath than going second. That's at least been like my initial take. Although the one game I did win against Gravy the other night, I went second, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to... Yeah, I went second against Gravy the one game I won the other night when I was testing with Annabelle. Op was on New Horizon mid-range build. We had 3 tower turns in the first 7 turns of the game. High roll. Pretty high rolly. Op did not offer much disruption. Was able to play around Go Fish effects. All right. Okay. Let's keep rolling. We're testing, we're playing. We're 2-1. It's coming together. Ooh. I definitely would have went first in this matchup. This is a Fiddler's Green and Oasis Respite matchup if I've ever seen it. Okay. This is a cut of Prime the Crowd, I think. I think we want to cut 2 blocks. I think we want to cut 2 blocks that don't have high impact. So, like, this is, like, I would consider this a, like, not super high impact card. Fix a match is probably not great. Cut an attack and a non-attack, I think is fine. Have you been bullied by a Prism as Lyath yet? It kind of looks like an auto loss. I have not played it yet, but it does look like an auto loss. Appreciate my opponent asking if I'm the real Aggro Blaze. I think it's kind of funny. So we're playing against Dash IO, and we are going second. It's mid anyways, my hot take. You take that back. Side him pulverized for poppers. LOL, that's funny. Yes, there's a lot of setup cards when you're going first. It can be very, very useful. Bought 3 armory decks so far. We'll one day get to play them too. Nearest store scene is 100 miles away. Oh, man. Bro, that's tough. I'm sorry. I know that's frustrating. Yikes. Yeah, this hand does not block well. Thank God for Leave Them Hanging. I think we're just gonna block like this. We may just be taking some damage on turn 0 here. It feels bad, but Leave Them Hanging is a very good setup on turn 0 here. But yeah, I like Cole. I have to be honest. Prism does not feel very good. I haven't had a chance to play it, but looking at it on paper, it looks pretty tough. It looks pretty tough. I mean, yep. I'm going to keep the Minnowism and hope that we can race. Like, having to take 8 here feels really, really bad. I mean, I guess Skullcap's turned on. We might as well. We might as well. Skullcap's turned on. Yeah, this is definitely a matchup where going first is a big piece of winning, I feel like. I don't want to Arsenal any of this. I guess we're going to Arsenal the full of Bravado. I guess. I don't know. Just win the die roll forehead? I know, right? Why didn't I think of that? I'm very surprised they sideboarded in so many cards. I honestly think that's wrong. I don't think them sideboarding in, like, I mean, let's see. Was what? 62. All right, so it's 61, 63, 66, 69, 72 cards. I just don't think 72 cards is right. I guess we want to block with cut a long story short. So if we block with cut a long story short, we get to throw the short shrift here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This feels great. 2 steps ahead does not have go again. Some people have been telling me that they're playing snaps or they're playing trot along specifically for that. They screwed up with the alternate art. Gold foils and gold foils are not sought after because EA looks better. That's fair, Tommy. I get that. I think it's very true. Are you going to crank this? Okay. with a cost of 2? What? Okay. So they're just setting up. Are they going to be able to cover up the short shrift? It's going to be for 7, 8. So does the short shrift do enough? If they block with a 3 block and they block Tech Roll Foundry Heart, they take 3 and discard 2 cards. I could also play out the Full of Bravado and Arsenal short shrift. I think that's better. And they both do the thing. This does not do the thing here. Imposing was something that somebody suggested to me the other night, and I don't hate that idea, David. Yo, also, is your name actually Tommy Oliver? Or, like, are you going for the Power Rangers thing? If your name's actually Tommy Oliver and, like, that's a sore subject for you, I apologize. I'm genuinely curious. I do not understand how this is for 9. So this goes down to 2.5, which is 3, and 4 is 7, plus 1 is 8. How is this 9? If it was 9, I would have thrown the short shrift. What am I missing? What am I missing about that turn cycle? Who mentioned it to me? Somebody in chat mentioned it to me the other night, Taylor. Yeah, it was somebody in chat. Had to be. It couldn't have been anybody else, I don't think. There are tons of fatigue Lyaths on Talishar. Maybe they were worried. Are there actually a lot of fatigue Lyaths on Talishar? That's crazy. I don't know how you're fatiguing anybody with this deck. Like, seriously, it's like not even like meant to be rude. I'm just like, I don't understand how we're fatiguing. I don't think we could fatigue a deck that started with 4 cards with drawing 5 cards a turn. Now, obviously, I'm being dramatic, but like, they did double boost. Your boy doesn't like that. We're going to try to keep the booze in hand to put it into play. Activate. It's your boy, Hot Dog Water. Short Shrift coming in for 7 looks pretty good because it forces a card no matter what. I don't think Lyath can fatigue anybody. Drawing an extra card just means like every so many turns you're down an extra card. And I don't see it. Yeah, I think having Short Shrift in Arsenal is fine. I mean, we could try to like Crater Hoof this thing in. I'm going to hit F5 here. We're going to refresh. Oh, it is me? I'm the drama. Go back to 27. You love to see it. Stop drawing cards. Yes. We'll take 4. I love that they broke the chain. We're going to block with Rampart again. They can technically now max Vias. It's possible you could in LL. Like, maybe you're on, like, Count Your Blessings nonsense. But even then, the aggro decks are just so much more insane in LL, right? Is Booze worth playing, or should we just block 3? It's worth 2 points worth of offense, 1 next turn and then 1 the turn afterwards, or we can just block. I'm not going to pay again. If I had Tunic up, I would, but I'm not going to. Ka-chow. Give me a card. Pick a card. Any card. We are somehow up on cards. I guess even for them, they burn through their deck faster than us. They don't, but I've seen a ton of Lyaths with Oasis and Sigils and Fiddlers and Peace of Minds. Oh, so it's not working. You're just saying you've seen it, Aiden. Okay, I'm following now. I got you, buddy. I got you. Appreciate you clarifying for me. I am not running the charms. I was, and then I cut it because it seems very mid. Like, the charm in general just seems very, very mid. So... Man, this feels bad. If we use Tunic for Revolting Gesture, I can play Terra Sunder pitching Power Play and then swing Hammer. It would be... it might be our only chance at staying alive. Arsenal the Nimblism. I want the charms to be good so bad. Like, I bought Marvel charms, and I hope they're good. I hope I'm wrong on my deck build and that they're good, but they don't feel very good. Like, Pleiades feels okay. I think Pleiades is, like, alright. You can, like, bounce and do some, like, stuff, but I don't know. It just has not felt like it in Lyath, to be honest. Gonna go get a Teklo Pounder. I hate swinging the hammer, but it feels like about once a game I have to. Feels like about once a game I have to. Pleiades charm seems pretty good. Yeah, I do agree. It seems okay. The others are interesting is exactly how I feel about it. It's exactly how I feel about it, Rose. I feel like that sums up, like, very, very accurately how I feel about the other charms. Like, don't get me wrong, like, KO's charm is like a haha, I got you, which is like, sure. Like, maybe you just need to get them sometimes, and that makes a lot of sense. Like, I get that. They could stop playing boom grenades off the top of their deck. That would be great. All right, let's think about our turn. And then block Villainous Pose. And then we can block with a Short Shrift after this. I think this is the best playline we have. This is going to let one of our Short Shrifts next turn. We have to block this, right? So they have 2 action points, which means if I block with a Short Shrift, take 2 physical, I go to 6. Take 3 off the Boom Grenade. Yeah, I have to just play this and hope it's good enough. Like, we're going to go to 4, but we're going to offer Disruption. I mean, the Short Shrift is going to be for 8. They might just go to 8 and lose a card. I'm sorry, they might just go to 2 and lose a card here. We need them to draw a clunker. Wait, what stops them? What? I'm trying Charms in the sideboard against decks like Gravy or Prism, but still might cut it. Definitely not a main board card. I could actually see them being okay in the sideboard. I don't hate that. Cheeto Charm I finally dropped. Hearing the devs intended to be used for defense, but it can't. Makes me sad. That's fair. I get that. Man, honestly, I love getting 2 cards here. they're probably pretty content to give me 2 cards because I have no setup for next turn. And I'm at 4 with a Teklo Pounder in play. I need their turn to be like, attack me with gun. Now they're going to come in for 5. Okay, so this is coming. I'm sorry, they're coming in for 6. If I block with Villainous Pose and Minnowism, I mean, I think we're just blocking this turn out, right? It feels bad, but I think we're just blocking this turn out. Yeah, I think we have to. It feels very, very bad, but I think it's the only logical play. The other option was like we had a, I guess technically we could have went to 1, and we could have kept a pumped and beater battered, beaten, and broken, and came in for 4. We're gonna have to get on an arsenal. We're gonna have to have an arsenal. Is the only way we're gonna get out of this. I mean, it does have the discard clause, though, right? If Fiddler's Green and Leave Them Hanging are able to get me out of this turn, that would be awesome. Do we intimidate them now? I feel like we do. Hmm. I don't think I'm supposed to give Rampart there. I forgot about that, lol. Jeff, it's okay. Happens to all of us, buddy. Okay. Hey, Lunatic, thank you so much for the 3 months of Prime support. Dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Lunatic means a lot. I have got to say, I was so lucky with this set. I instantly loved the set. I'm glad you feel that way because I felt that way as well. I have really enjoyed this set a lot. Are we supposed to attack or set up a might? Like, it's probably a might token, right? Have we seen all of our Fiddler screens? No, and we've seen 0 Oasis Respites. I think we're supposed to let this happen. A boom grenade's very clunky for us. I can't tell if intimidating a card here is correct or not. We want to grant us the respite. We'll target the zipper hit, go to 7. Oh, man. Oh, dang. We held on as long as we could. I'm worried that playing this was incorrect. Uh-oh. I've hit the part of the stream where Talishar lags a ton. So we're chilling for just a second here. We're chilling here for just a second. Fiddler's Green gave us a chance here. I feel like we needed to draw things in a better order this game. Like, it was turn 8 before we saw an Oasis Respite, which is not great. We did see 2 Fiddler's Greens in half of our deck, which is pretty solid. I mean, I guess we saw 2 Fiddler's Green and an Oasis Respite in 8 turns. That's like pretty average, actually. Terra Sunder did a lot of work this game. We were not able to set up a cut a long story short. I don't know how feasible that is. What did we intimidate? Oh, it still won't show me what the intimidated card was? That sucks. Let's go ahead and update our record here. We are 2-2. Let's go over here to our... Let's see. We lost to Dash.io. Let's see. 2 Fiddlers and 1 Oasis Respite in 8 turns. Needed 4 more life to stay alive on last turn. Used Leave Them Hanging to intimidate on final turn. Not sure if it was better to block there. Needed to see Leave Them Hanging earlier. All right. So I don't know if... Like, I really don't know if playing the Leave Them Hanging was, like, correct right there. I don't know what other option we had, though. Hey, Lip, what's up? I got the Maori in my case.